Hi everybody. So I get a lot of requests on how I do my moccasins, and I wanted to do a little tutorial. I'll show you how I do my patterns, how I put them together, and the end result. So first I make the pattern. If I don't have the person's foot, I usually create one. And how easy is it just to use one of these simple things? So it has the men's and women's and children's sizes. So I use this for the pattern. This is a size 10 men's. And as you can see, it goes right up. So that's how I make the pattern. I use this, once I get the foot cut out, I trace it on here, and I measure about 1.5 inches all the way around. So cutting it straight down from here, but an inch and a half, I'm sorry, 1.5 inches all the way around until you get to the arch part. From there, I then create the top velvet piece, which looks like this. This piece, you measure from the top of the toe all the way down to the arch, which is where you're going to be tying the moccasins at. So the pucker part will go all the way around until, once you sew it up here, the pucker, once you do all the tucks, it'll measure up about right here, okay? Okay, so after we have this piece cut out, we want to make the cuff. So how I measure the cuff, again, from the middle part all the way down to here. I know it looks a little big, but once you sew it on and once you have all the beadwork on, you can trim it down before you put the bias on. So what this is going to do, if you fold your foot in half, your pattern in half, wrap the cuff around, it'll line up to the center part, which is again where you're going to be tying the moccasins at. So as an example, here are a pair of moccasins. There's the cuff, and here is where you will tie. Okay, here's the top piece. Once you have all the tucks in, again, it will line up to where you have marked it on your pattern right here. So next are supplies. You have your pattern done. You have it drawn out and cut out. You will need premium velvet or any kind of velvet or material you would like to use. You'll need buckskin. Again, whatever kind of hide you want to use. And you're going to want extra stiff pellet. You can get all of these at Joann Fabrics or Tandy Leather or a private supplier, or you can get extra stiff pellet at Walmart as well. So now I'm going to put the velvet on and the pattern. A lot of people tack it down, a lot of people iron it down, but this is what I use. I use spray glue, and the reason why I use this is because I don't burn the velvet when I iron it on. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So you spray a thin layer. You don't want a lot of glue on it because otherwise it will bleed through on the velvet, and you don't want that to show either. So very lightly Let it sit for a little bit. Then you take your velvet, I'm trying to show you guys. And gently press it down. Just like that. Now, how do we get the pattern on? Again, you can tack it down with large stitches around. I put it on this side, on the back side, instead of the front. Again, you can put it on the front as well. You'll just have to tear off, gently tear off the paper once you have the beadwork down. But I always do it on the back because I'm always afraid I'm gonna rip the beadwork. I'm just gonna mess it all up. So again, I use the Gorilla Glue, lightly spray. Okay, and just gently press it down. And here's the result. That's the back side. Here's the front side. It will turn out like this. And once you're done with the beadwork, of course, you put the fabric, your choice of fabric, on the back. You can do this step with both feet and with both cuffs. And once you finish, you're ready to bead on it. The questions, a lot of people question, won't your needle stick because there's glue? No, when I use the spray adhesive, my needle never sticks. It's very easy for me to bead on. You are beading backwards, however. So when you put the needle through here, you're laying down your beads with the pattern. So as long as you have the outline, you no longer need this because the outline is going to already be on here and you just fill it in.